Imagine this. You arrive at the airport, ready for your journey, but instead of excitement, you're met with chaos. Thousands are crammed into terminals, departure boards are blank. Confusion and frustration fill the air. This wasn't a technical glitch or bad weather. It was deliberate, an attack on Europe's airports. Drones invaded restricted airspace, grounding planes. Simultaneously, a cyber attack crippled airport systems. This was a coordinated assault, targeting both the physical and digital heart of air travel. The scale was unprecedented, rippling from Scandinavia to Western Europe, clogging major international hubs. The attacks exposed how fragile our interconnected world really is. This wasn't just one airport's bad day, it was a continent-wide crisis. The threats we face now are complex, coordinated, and can strike anywhere. For travelers, it was a lesson in survival, not in the wild, but in the heart of civilization. This video is your survival guide to what happened and what it means for the future of travel. We'll break down the chaos, share stories from those stranded, and reveal the new dangers facing air travel. Knowledge is your best defense. The world of travel has changed, and so must we. Understanding these risks is the first step to facing them with resilience. The journey ahead will be challenging, but staying informed is how we prepare. Let's dive into the events that brought Europe's airports to a standstill. What happened, why did it happen, and how can we protect ourselves next time? The answers start here. Welcome to the new reality of travel. Trouble began in Denmark's skies. At Copenhagen Airport, air traffic controllers spotted drones deliberately flown into flight paths. The risk of disaster was immediate. The airport shut down, grounding all flights. The silence in the skies lasted for hours, stranding planes and passengers alike. The threat spread quickly. Billund and Aalborg airports reported drones. Then Oslo Airport in Norway faced the same crisis. This was no accident. It was a coordinated attack. Drones are small, fast, and hard to stop. The operators stayed hidden, causing maximum disruption. Danish officials called it one of the most serious attacks on their infrastructure ever. A handful of drones managed to paralyze an entire country's aviation network. The enemy wasn't an army, but someone with a joystick miles away. This was a new kind of vulnerability, one that bypassed traditional defenses. The attack was physical and visible, forcing authorities to react instantly. But as teams scrambled to deal with drones, a second, more insidious threat was already unfolding. The enemy was fighting on two fronts. The chaos in the sky was just the beginning. The next wave would strike where no one could see it coming. Airports were about to face a digital nightmare. The hybrid attack was underway. Europe's aviation system was under siege from both above and within. The lesson? Our defenses must evolve, or we risk being grounded by invisible enemies. The story continues with the cyber attack that followed. As drones disrupted the skies, a cyber attack struck the digital core of Europe's airports. The Muse system, essential for check-in, suddenly went dark at major hubs like Brussels, Berlin, and London Heathrow. Staff were forced to process passengers by hand, using paper lists and handwritten boarding passes. What normally took seconds now took agonizing minutes, creating massive bottlenecks. The attackers targeted a single point of failure, crippling multiple airports at once. The timing was ruthless, hitting during peak travel hours for maximum chaos. The incident exposed how dependent airports are on interconnected technology. A single digital blow can bring the system to its knees. While a suspect was later arrested, the attack revealed a terrifying truth. Our travel infrastructure is only as strong as its weakest link. The cyber attack wasn't just an IT problem, it was a strategic strike on global mobility. The chaos on the ground matched the chaos in the sky. Europe's airports were fighting a war on two fronts. The hybrid threat was now fully unleashed. The true terror of that day was the hybrid nature of the attack. Physical and digital, simultaneous and coordinated. Drones distracted security teams, while hackers struck at the digital heart of airports. It was a one-two punch designed to overwhelm and confuse. Authorities struggled to respond, fighting crises on two fronts with limited resources. This was no random act, it bore the hallmarks of a sophisticated, possibly state-sponsored operation. The goal test defenses sow distrust and demonstrate power without firing a shot. The attacks shattered the old model of treating physical and cyber threats separately. Adversaries now use every tool at their disposal, blending tactics for maximum impact. The aviation industry faced a brutal wake-up call. Adapt or risk even greater chaos. The future of security demands an integrated response. In the middle of this high-tech assault were ordinary people, travelers caught in the crossfire. Airports overflowed with stranded passengers. Lines stretched for hours, tempers flared, and information was scarce. With systems down, staff could offer little help. Departure boards showed flights that would never leave. Many gave up seeking hotels for the night, their plans in ruins. The financial and emotional toll was immense. Missed weddings, lost business, and shattered family reunions. Air travel, once a symbol of freedom, became a symbol of vulnerability. The attacks exposed how quickly our sense of security can vanish. The real impact wasn't just delayed flights, it was the fear, stress, and helplessness felt by thousands. Protecting airports means protecting people's lives, plans, and peace of mind. The chaos left scars that will last long after the systems are restored. These stories remind us what's truly at stake. Security isn't just about technology, it's about safeguarding our way of life. The human cost is the most powerful reason to act. We must never forget the faces behind the headlines. The memory of that day will linger for years. What happened in Europe is the new face of conflict, hybrid threats that blend physical and digital attacks. Hybrid warfare mixes tactics, drones, cyber attacks, even disinformation to create maximum disruption. Airports are prime targets, complex, interconnected, and vital to global movement. A small disruption at a key hub can ripple across continents. The attacks struck during peak travel, amplifying chaos. Hybrid threats are hard to trace. States, criminals, or terrorists could be behind them. The ambiguity is part of the strategy, making decisive response difficult. Victims are left to pick up the pieces while attackers remain hidden. Security is no longer just at the checkpoint. It's in the code, the skies, and the networks. The threat is everywhere all the time. To stay safe, we must see the whole picture. Our mindset must evolve to meet this new reality. The attacks revealed a harsh truth. Airports are more vulnerable than we realized. We've built strong physical defenses, but threats now fly over fences and slip through digital backdoors. Airports depend on complex, interconnected technology. One weak link can paralyze the system. The Muse attack showed how a single software failure can cripple multiple airports. Meanwhile, drones bypass traditional security, exploiting gaps in our defenses. Most airports weren't designed to stop small, fast-flying threats. Detecting and neutralizing drones is still a major challenge. Our security thinking is siloed. Cyber and physical teams rarely coordinate. Adversaries see the whole system and strike at the weakest point. To defend ourselves, we must break down these silos. Integrated security is the only way forward. The entire airport ecosystem must be protected, runway to router. The attacks are a wake-up call. We must urgently strengthen our defenses. This isn't about more guards or firewalls, it's about rethinking security from the ground up. First, we need advanced drone detection and countermeasures to keep skies safe. Laws must be updated to control high-performance drones near airports. Second, cybersecurity must be as robust as physical security. Airports and airlines must invest in stronger networks and real-time threat monitoring. Collaboration is key. Governments, tech companies, and aviation partners must share intelligence. A digital attack on one airport should trigger a rapid, system-wide response. Security is a shared mission. No one can win this battle alone. Governments must set standards and fund research. Airlines, tech providers, and security agencies must work as one team. The cost of inaction is too high. More chaos, more fear, and a less connected world. The time to act is now. Our freedom to travel depends on it. Headlines about airport attacks can make the world feel dangerous, but fear shouldn't ground us. Travel is how we learn, grow, and connect. We must face new challenges with courage and awareness. Your safety is a shared responsibility. Stay informed. Follow advisories and have a backup plan. Pack essentials, power banks, snacks, water, and medication. Preparation turns panic into purpose. Don't lose hope. For every attacker, thousands work tirelessly to keep you safe. The recent attacks have sparked change. Aviation will adapt and emerge stronger. Keep exploring and connecting. Don't let fear define your world. Travel with open eyes, be prepared, and stay resilient. The greatest adventures often follow the greatest challenges. Subscribe for more insights on safe travel in a changing world. Your next journey awaits. Stay safe, and stay wild. The future of travel is uncertain, but together we can face it. See you on the next adventure.